Let's discuss about a network, like new network, which is proposed mainly for doing OCR problem. So which is called CTPN. So I'm going to discuss two networks, like one is an improvement to the other. So this is called contextual text proposal network. Okay. So what this actually means is it will give a kind of a proposals where like the text region is content. Like, so in case you have some images, okay, so let us say you have taken a picture just out of in a street or somewhere. Okay, so there, like, you may feel, you may have some kind of a board writing something, right? So you may have some maybe a street, like you have name of a shop, and then there is a shop, there is a road, and something like this, right? You may have so many things. So in that, in case if you want to do OCR on top of this and extract text in your image, just like anywhere, like it need not be just on your we take a document and we want to extract text on top of a photo of that paper. It can be anywhere outside as well. Okay, so there, in case if you want to extract text like that, this network actually will detect the text regions. It's just a kind of an object detection. What it will do is, like, it will identify the regions where you have text, like something like, it's something like this, like it will return those bounding boxes where you have this text. And for those text, it will also give like confidence score, is it really text or not, text or not, like that, something like that. So, and again, like bird name, again it will give one more for that street, like this. So in case if we want to before going into this method, in case let's think of very basic method. Okay, so let's say you have some similar image here. So what we'll be doing, so maybe till now, let's say you only have idea about NIST dataset. So where you have recognized from 0 to 9, like what are the characters from the image, like if what is given. But in that image, what you have found is, so you have in that image, like let's say there may be only 0 or 9, something like this. You got image this way, right? And thus the image like is sent to a model, and we are like detecting it's 9 or maybe 8 or something like that. Okay, so in case if you want to send character by character here, so what you do is, maybe you take a small piece of image and then give it to the model, and then slide the window, take one more small piece of, like, give to the model. So this is way, like we usually will go, right? So in case if the image is something like this, so where it is rotated and you can't get actual complete figure in single part of window. So such kind of things may occur, and even the size of window may also be different, right? So in case that such kind of scenario, this basic method will fail, right? So, and that too, like if you take a scan of a document or something, so maybe this particular case may work not extremely good, but slightly better. But if you take a place like where you just take a random photo in a wild, okay, in natural image, like outside, and then you want to extract street name out of it, and some shop name out of it or something like that, so that text is won't be in a straight alignment, right? It will be somewhere cross, depending on the how you have taken the image. So in such kind of things, so using a box like this, right, so will not actually give you a better output. So what you do is, so in this contextual text proposal network, what it will try to do is like this. So initially, let's take entire image. So this image is passed through a feature extract, like initially, because any kind of network, what we have seen, so we need to extract features, right? So for these features, by the time this is proposed during 2015, so during that time, like VGG network is very prominent. Maybe by the time they are experimenting, it may be a 1 year before or something. So that time VGG network is giving very good results. So they have taken this VGG network. Okay, so for feature extraction. So once they have extracted features, okay, so now VGG net is something like kind of a few convolution layers, and then you have a ReLU layers and like batch normalization. I'm not sure if batch normalization is there during that time. So you have few set of values here. Okay, so now like after that, after taking the features, not the final classification layers, only it takes a convolutional 5 layer like in the end, and taking this as a feature. So till now we have a features. Okay, now we have to do something like this, right? Kind of pass it a window by window, something like that. So what will be done is, so in the last convolutional layer, they will pass it like 3 by 3 space filter, 3 by 3 convolution filter. Okay, 3 3, so it will go around like a hole, and this will be given. So this is convolutional 5 of VGG net. Okay, this is VGG. So this will be given to an RNN. So this will be given to an LSTM, or you can give it something like LSTM block like this. So there will be like some 512 or 256 dimension. I have to check that. I think it is 512 dimension. So it will be reshaped into 512 dimension, and that will be given to this LSTM block. Okay, so and this actually, why are we giving this LSTM like RNN network is, so it will like remember a previous instance. So in case, let us say you have the example here as shop. Okay, like what we are discussing here. So in this, so each bit of information will be flown like this, in the sense, let us say this will be given once, and in the next time step this will be given, next time step this will be given, like that. Part by part of information is actually given to this LSTM layers here. Okay, so this LSTM layer, now what it will do is, like in case if you are able to give the entire thing at once, then it is easy to recognize, but we don't know the size of this, right? So what we do is we fix the width of this window, and we give that window. Okay, something like this. So now it will remember in starting stage it is like this, and it will slide next window, so it will give something else, it will give something else. So what this LSTM or RNN blocks will do is, so it will remember the previous instances as well, right? So that is the main idea behind using this RNN or LSTM blocks here. So with that, actually it will remember the entire thing, right? So from that it will be able to classify like if it is character S or like H or like something like that. So now what we do is, now this has the information of previous like neighboring pixels as well. So now we have a kind of a dense network. So this dense network is proposed during that time is 256 dimension. So there will be like a connection like this, and finally from this what we'll be getting is output. So what should be the output format here? So output here should be like of two things. One should be like bounding boxes, and second one should be like text scores, like means kind of probability that this is text or not. Okay, because like it may give like some boxes, right? So it's just like in object detection how we have seen. So let's say it has given few objects boxes, and it will also give how much confident that this is dog, or how much confident this is car, something like that, right? It is also similar to that here. It should give like a text score as well as bounding box. So in bounding box here, it instead of having it like XYWH, Instead, there is a slight difference in this. Like instead, what it will have is, so let's take this, right? So it will pass only difference is it will give you the center of your like we call this, like we have discussed during our object detection, the concept of anchor boxes. In the sense, it will look at the image in the shape, like you in here we are talking that it will pass something like this, right? So how much is that strip, how much should be the size of that strip? So that is what is an anchor box. We have this anchor box in range some from 11 pixels to 273 pixels. So within this range, we have some choose some, like randomly choose some 10 as anchor box sizes, and we will look at something like this. So maybe shop is like this. So anchor box maybe something smaller as well. Okay, something like this. So such a kind of pixel, like having like different heights as well and different widths as well, we will look into it. And then this is actually height range. Okay, so a smaller height or bigger height. So we will look at these different weights of heights of anchor boxes. And then what we try to do is, so like we will get like, is it available, like what is a character inside it, is it not what is a character, that is in a different network. So it will only detect is a text there in this, or is a text there in this. Okay, so like that is the kind of output which we will be getting from this. So what will happen is, so let me talk finally, like what are the outputs you'll be getting. So one is center of uh, in y direction. Okay, center cy in center in y direction means like vertical direction of box. Okay, and also the text scores, and also width also, like width won't be similar, right? If you have the width, like usually like they keep a fixed width of 16 pixels, but as we see a similar case, the text may be like this or text may be like this as well. So even uh, height, we have changed it this way by using a different anchor boxes, but similarly width also can vary, right? So from 16 pixels, how much extra it is there, so that will also get refined. So offset of width of box. So these are the things which it will return from like this network. Okay, so once you start training, so the initially while you are giving ground truth, like your output should be like in this format, and train the network. And then finally, like what you can do is use this network, and it will do a proposals where exactly your like in a image, like where exactly your text is there. So this is about actual network. Main thing, like what you have to look into is, so using this RNN block here or LSTM block here, we are trying to remember its previous instances, means like neighboring pixels, neighboring windows here, so that to detect if the text is there or not. Okay, something like that. So this is about CTPN. So like when you, like there is a small improvement to this, and like then one more network has been proposed. So that is called CRNN. So which is convolutional recurrent neural network. So this is actually like what you can say, like this particular network has given very good performance in the end. Like it has introduced something called CTC, so which is contextual. Okay, we'll talk about it like during the time. So what it will try to do is, like just like in the name, it takes image, and that image will have some convolutional layers and set of convolutional layer, and then recurrent layers, just like here, right? So we have seen this convolutional layers, and we also have a recurrent layers, and finally the output. So this is also exactly the same, but what differs is like the kind of loss function what we use here. So okay, so but in convolutional recurrent network, what we do is, so maybe here we have extracted some text proposals, right? So the area of text, like bounding box of the text, which contains these images, like out of like natural wild images, right? So you can extract those strip of bounding boxes where these texts are contained. So that we will be giving, instead of like giving the whole image, what you'll do is you will give those strip of images, in the sense only this, instead of entire scene. So you'll be giving only this as an image. So and this image, it should identify that if it is like SOP, something like this, it should be able to identify each word, like it finally get a text from here. So for this, what will happen is, so there is a slight difference, like the loss function used here is like convolutional loss. Yes, there will be like recurrent loss from RNN loss. Let me call it CNN loss, CNN, RNN loss, and there is one more concept called CTC loss. So why? What is this CTC loss? Is like so CTC actually means connectionist temporal classification loss. Okay, so why actually this is necessary is like this will actually the kind of network here. So this will, let us say, any image like CNN, we use convolutional layers to extract images out of it, and RNN here, as I discussed before, like it will actually get you the neighboring pixels information, and it will remember surrounding pixel information. So, and then from that it will try to detect like what kind of like what is the kind of a character it can be, is it a kind of a character or not, something like that. And also it's a kind of a feature, right? Again, like RNN is also a kind of feature. Out of that feature, what it will try is, this acts like the CTC acts as a kind of decoder, like a kind of a transcript, like just like converting a kind of feature into a text. So this will act like this. So what this actually do is something like something similar, like how I have told. So shop, so let's say you have a pixel like this, okay, and taking this into consideration, it will say that this is S. So it will do this classification. Okay, but thing is, your in case if you have something like this, okay, so this is fine. And there are some cases where you have let's say good, okay, take this example. So it will return G from this. So again, it means like sometimes what will happen is like you can't take entire pixel, right? So you'll be taking like this. Okay, G O O D. Okay, let's say like this. So this, it will input G, it will input G, it will input G, it will input O, it will input it will return for each of values, right? So D. So if you look at this, uh this looks like all the repetitions, it, you will take it as like single letter, right? Because it is like part of that letter. And these all repetitions you will take as single letter, because, and this all repetitions you will take a single letter. So then you are getting like God, but actual text which is therein is good. So there is a difference, right? So it will again have kind of a classification error. So we will think it that is it is a classification error. So but what is happening is, so this CTC network will also in case if it finds a kind of a space in between, okay, so and if the same word is repeating again, so it will also return you something like, so wo something here in between. If it detects a space, so it will give a kind of a hyphen and to separate a repeated word. So then this will be G, this will be O, this will be O, this will be D. So it will come as good. Okay, so this way actually like CTC network will internally do this kind of approximation, like it's not approximation, kind of method which will actually differentiate between repeated words. Okay, so that is the only difference by using this CTC, and it is found that like this will perform very well. Okay, so this is about CTC. So sorry, CTC, and like once you start using it, you train it, you will be like optimizing your model for these three losses. And after these three losses, finally once your model is optimized, you will be getting a final character output. You can you can ignore this CTC, and output will be your text. Okay, something like that. So like a kind of very minor improvement to it. So what we have found is, so instead of using RNN here, we have seen the advantages of using attention model, right? So because this suffers with a kind of a vanishing gradient, as well as kind of like if it is a very long sequence, then it may not able to identify what I like remember the previous sentence, something like that, right? So but there is something like attention OCR. So what this do is like it's same thing, convolutional box. So instead of RNN here, we add, replace it with attention blocks. So and then the rest is same. Okay, so using this as image and you get output here. Final, like what we do is we will replace the RNN block with the attention block, and rest will be same, because what this will do is in a image it will identify which part of region it should actually focus. Okay, so it will focus on this region to get a S, and it will focus on this region to get H, something like this. So which part of region should be focused more, so that will be known like easily like learned by the model using this attention mechanism. So we use some attention layer blocks here. So with that, it instead of like using LSTM or GRU or some other thing, so we use that, replace it with the attention block, then the output will be much more better. So I think this was proposed around like 2017, I guess. So so that was about attention OCR. So let's now look into a kind of codes like which were available on GitHub, like which are open source anyway. So let's look into few of. So this is one very good example of using like CT PN as well as CRNN network. So what this does is like actually there is they also give you a pre-trained model available. So you can see this here. You can see this is CTPN, like from where it is detecting the text region and also saying like what is a word in it. Okay, so you'll be getting something like this. So this is just for a representation, like you can get these bound text values and those bounding box information in a kind of Excel as well, in a however format you need. So and then they also use CRNN network. So actually what they have done is here they used CTPN to detect the for text detection. So it means is text available in that box or not. Okay, and then text recognition, like means text recognition in the sense what character is being used in there, and what character is there, is where is a T, where is a, where is X. So in the sense like is it like TAX, those tags involved like that, right? So that is actually known by using CRNN network. Okay, by using both of these models, what has been done is like they have trained and implemented it on this. So this particular, in case you give an image here, so it will be able to return you the bounding boxes with the text in it. Okay, so that is what is expected from OCR as well, right? So you can clone this repository and maybe use this demo Python demo, call this demo file and then use it. So what you should be doing is you have to place download the models which they give you here. Like there is a link given here, right? So you can use this link to download their trained models, pre-trained models, and use it directly. Okay, or in case if you want, there is a code available here, so where you can train CTPN or CRNN separately. with your own data set. Okay, so you can use this and do a comparison. So along with it, actually, like TensorFlow also has provided OCR code with us. Let's go and look at it. So if you go to the TensorFlow model here, so there are earlier we have seen this for object detection code, like which was available here. So similarly, if you go ahead, so there is this attention OCR. So if you go inside that block, like this contains the code for attention model. So like which will do OCR as well. So they have, I think, I'm not sure if there is a train model available. So but they have provided the code and as well as like the data set which you can use it to train the model. So like it should be in, they have also specified like what format you have to keep the model. So yes, I think they have used they have given a kind of a model which is pre-trained, I guess. So maybe let me go here and look at it if it is available. So other than that, I think if you go into this Python folder which was inside it, so you will have entire code like which is needed to train it as well, or you can use it to demo it. uh, so you have to place your data set here. Like this part of code will actually download one particular data set which actually like you can directly use it to train OCR. So but the thing is this is quite a large data set, some 150 GB data set. So make sure you have that space like before downloading it. So this is a part of code, I think, like which is used to train the model. And I think no, this is, yeah, this is for training the model. So you can feel free to explore all these part of codes and whenever it is necessary. So this will actually, I think, when is it released? This is for TensorFlow 2.1.15 version. So I think the one, if you have 2.1 TensorFlow 2 version, so this doesn't work in that. You have to create a new Conda environment and like install TensorFlow 1.15 and use it. Okay. So that is about OCR here. So apart from that, in case if you don't want to use retrain and all OCR, and there is like a library available from Google this time, so which was like TestRat. So you can explore this testrat API, like which was available in Python as a PyTestRat. So use it to do a OCR. So these codes are available like directly usually in Stack Overflow as well. So you can get like so many sample codes for it. So you can use that, like pass that into OCR and then get a text from there. Okay, so OCR like image, like you feel free to explore it. So it doesn't contain so many words, like maybe in 5 to 6 lines you will be able to extract text from image. Okay, let's look into one of the code and I'll show you like how. So it is quite simple as this. You have to do like from pytestrat, import pytestrat and pytestrat dot image to string, and you'll pass the image, so it will give you the text. It is as simple as that. Okay, so thing is like they have used so something like this is an image you have given and you got extracted text like this. So that is about like PyTestRat. So this is really good in using it. Like even I have tried it using a driving license. I have kept my driving license passed by it and then tried to extract a photo text from it. It was able to do it well. So that kind of like features were available in it. You can try it out.